Aerosol, 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 aerosol. What up, man? It's your boy Lynch. I'm back again with another motherfucking video. SFAM stand up, SFAM salute. Stay focused and motivated. Get motivated up in this jank one time. If you are watching this video right now, this is actually a live stream. I'm knocking these videos out. Reactions for SuperFam to see. SuperFam 2, they get to see them before everybody else. If you're not a part of SuperFam 2, you don't get to watch this video earlier. You're watching it now. You see what's going on. But I'm looking around on YouTube, y'all, and I see how the Army aerosol soldiers are trained. This right here, y'all, is near and dear to my heart. Big drill sergeant, aerosol qualified. You feel me? So I gotta check this out, man. I love watching this right here. Y'all see this right here? You got them repelling from the freaking Chinook, man. This is tight, man. And it brings back memories. That's tight up there. It brings back a lot of memories. If it's your first time to the page, comment, like, subscribe. Hit that bell notification, stay updated every time I upload a video. Also, make sure you go to the very bottom of this description, go to my Discord, the hashtag SFAM React server. Put in hashtag SFAM React in the link to the video if you want a request for me to react to something. We get ready to go ahead and get into it. Y'all ready for this? SFAM stand up, SFAM salute, stay focused and motivated, get motivated up in this jank one time. Aerosol, 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 aerosol. Let's go.
This is Army Aerosol School.
Talking about, man.
Where students train to insert themselves.
I love it, I love it, I love it, man.
Into combat using helicopters.
Static hookup. They got the net there. Every time they step on their left foot, they gotta say aerosol. So I don't know exactly how these guys are doing it. And the title tripping me out because it says basic training. Or it says boot camp. So maybe it's not basic training. My bad. I just saw boot camp and I got excited. Big drill sergeant. Let's go.
Start looking towards the future fight. Large nation states like in North Korea, where you need to be able to go behind enemy lines, deliver formations of aerosol soldiers who could seize objectives, destroy enemy formations. That's the concept.
Aerosol! Aerosol!
Aerosol!
All aerosol qualified soldiers have to graduate from a program known as the Army's 10 toughest days.
Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it?
It says 10 days. It was 11 for us, man. That 12-mile ruck at the end.
Physically demanding, and also it's
That 12-mile ruck is a beast, bro, because at the end of the 12-mile, you have to do a layout of everything that you took. And if you're missing, I always tell people this, if you're missing one sock from the layout after you've done the 12-mile, and the 12-mile is the last thing you have to accomplish. If you go through your whole 10 days of aerosol school, and then the last thing you do is 12-mile ruck, you're missing one sock, you're done. You're dropped. They got PFCs up in here. I was a PFC when I went through aerosol. Let's go, man.
It's very mentally demanding. A lot of attention to detail. Some of the hardest things they've done in their lives in these 10 short days.
I definitely think it lives up to the 10 toughest days. There's definitely nights where I was very
Got females qualified. She's Air Force.
Insiders spent 4 days inside aerosol school.
Aerosol!
Where we observe students at various stages of training.
Brings back so many memories, man.
Phase is an academic phase where the students learn the basics of aircraft capabilities and aerosol planning. The second phase, the sling load phase, which is how you move equipment around the battlefield.
Sling load was tough, man. Sling load is where you got to pay attention to the most freaking detail, man. Really, everything's attention to detail. But without attention to detail, you're not going to pass the sling load section because there's so many faults and deficiencies in some of these loads that they're rigging up for the testing. If you don't get enough of them within the time frame, you're not going to make it, man. Let's go.
And the final phase is the rappelling phase.
Training happens here.
So
at
much
the
fun, man.
Savalowski Aerosol School. Inside the Fort Campbell Army installation that straddles the Tennessee-Kentucky border.
That's crazy, man. You got an Army post
Home
that's
to the
in 2 states.
101st Airborne Division. Nicknamed the Screaming Eagles.
First name Aaron.
But before day 1 of aerosol school,
Got day 0.
all students have to survive what's known as day 0.
Day 0, you know it.
Staff Sergeant Rivas.
The test is designed to weed out students who aren't ready for the challenges ahead. It begins before sunrise, when students form up to receive their roster numbers.
I remember that, man. And see, we didn't get our roster numbers. We only had them on our
An early
ACAs.
morning inspection of their gear.
Earplugs, highlighter, lacking pen, 1 gallon size Ziploc style bag.
Students are given a list of items they're expected to have in their
If you're
rucksacks.
missing one thing,
If one single item
I'm
is
telling you,
missing
bruh.
during the inspection, they're automatically dropped.
day 0, didn't even get to
17
start.
Students in this group were dropped because they were missing items in their packing list.
A lot of the things that get people dropped is not paying attention to
There
detail.
you go.
That's pretty much what aerosol school is about. Because it comes to the littlest thing can get someone hurt or injured, and we just want to make sure that they take it seriously.
Absolutely.
After the inspection, a 2-mile run with an 18-minute time limit.
Too easy. Too easy. Too
Followed
easy.
by a quick smoke session, which
And
gets
quick.
students warmed up before the main event,
Look, already sweating, man.
the obstacle course.
That's the first moment where we filter out who is prepared to be here and who wants to be here.
There you go.
The course contains 9 different obstacles to test students' strength, agility,
I remember.
and confidence.
For me, the obstacle course, the most nerve-wracking part of the obstacle course was the very beginning. I was the most nervous. You had to climb the rope. You had to walk across some horizontal bars. Just climbing the rope, and that was the very first thing that got me. But other than that, I crossed over the horizontal bars. I went to the top of the net, then I went down the net. Once I got done with that, I was pretty sure I was gonna be good to go from there. Let's go, man.
7 of them are considered minor, and students are allowed to fail 1 without being dropped.
There you go. Okay.
The last 2 are major obstacles, and students must pass both, otherwise they have failed day 0. First, the aptly named Tough One.
Go ahead on the right.
See, the tough one was the very first thing that we did.
Starts with a 3-meter rope climb,
There you go.
and then tests balance,
There you
along
go.
with upper and lower body strength at a height of over 30 feet.
The tough one was the first thing we did, and it was
Very
freaking.
frightening. And if you don't know how to climb a rope, you're just going to be out of luck.
That rope had me shook,
What's your
man.
roster number? All right, take this over to the white truck right there.
You're kind of gassed once you get to that point, so it's all technique.
The second major obstacle is the 35-foot tall confidence climb.
I have a fear of heights, so the confidence climb was definitely one that was mentally.
Looking in the chat, y'all, Defianton said he's afraid of heights. He said air assault training was safe for me. Safe from me. I hear you, man. And it's no big deal. Some people are just afraid of heights. Some people they don't make it. If you can't get up, you can't get up there, man. It's no big deal, you know. You just gotta do what you gotta do. So that one, the tough one, has heights, and then they have, I think it's called the Jacob's Ladder. That was another high one too, man. So yeah, I understand, man. Let's keep it moving.
Challenging for me. Air assault. Kept on pushing. You gotta push through.
For students who successfully
They should be saying it
conquered
every
the
left foot.
obstacle
They should be
course,
saying it, man.
Day 0 is complete.
Got a warrant officer who's up in there.
292 students who started day 0, 42 failed. to
That is
complete it.
crazy.
By this time, these students have worked up an appetite.
And see, that's the thing too. When I went, there's all different kinds of ranks. There was Air Force. I think there was some Marines that were in there. There might have been some soldiers or troops from another country that was in there. But I even saw a captain. You get soldiers of all different ranks there, man. Y'all saw PFCs in this video. Y'all saw sergeants. Like I said, there was a warrant officer, man. Let's go.
And they'll need their strength before the Army's 10 toughest days officially begin.
Air assault! Air assault! Air assault! Air assault!
There you go.
Why does everybody say air assault so much?
Because you have.
So that goes back to the culture. We're building the culture both in the division and throughout the air assault community.
I like it. I like it.
Anytime they're being addressed by an instructor, they'll usually say air assault instead of Roger or yes.
Great job, dude.
Air assault.
Air assault.
We will refer to students as
Air assault.
Go air assault.
Yep.
And really, just when you're having a good time and you're motivated, you pass.
That's all it is, man.
Air assault to that soldier.
That's all it is, man.
Find yourself just saying air assault when you're off.
All the time. Yeah, my wife's probably sick of it.
Every year, about 5,000 students graduate from air assault school. About 18% are female. Students come from a wide range of backgrounds.
We absolutely have a large scope of soldiers that come here, not only Army, we have Air Force, Marines, Navy.
There you
that
go.
come to the school.
Yep.
Students range from privates who just completed basic
There we
training to experienced officers who want to learn new skills.
Not even doing he's not even doing the road the right way. Their arms should be coming parallel to the marching surface. They should not go, sir. Chat, Defianton says, though I wore the 101st Airborne patch as my combat patch since my unit was attached to the 101st in Iraq in 2003. I got you. That's what I'm talking about. At least you got to wear the patch, man. Let's go.
To see if I can do it, number one, and then to improve my skill set as a helicopter pilot.
Okay. I'm a veterinarian, and so this isn't something we get to do every day. I signed up for air assault school to get a little bit of a challenge.
To test her limits, that's all.
Diversify myself as far as what I do in the
Set herself apart, that's all. That's all, no big deal.
On day one, students begin the first phase of training, known as combat assault, much of which happens in the classroom.
And your air assault handbook, starting on page 80. Get there.
Phase one is giving them a foundation in basic air assault operations.
We'll have the basic knowledge on how to select part control a helicopter landing zone.
So it's a fair amount of memorization, a little bit of math, and then just understanding the process that goes into air assault planning.
All attention to detail, man.
Move aircraft right. Execute.
This is the hand and arm signals.
Phase one moves outside the classroom when students practice hand and arm signals
there you go.
Used to guide helicopters in a landing zone.
Lecture says.
Cut sling load. Cut sling load.
Execute.
The instructors use a game called Black Shirt Says.
Black Shirt Says.
Similar to Simon Says, to test the students on their knowledge of the signals and their attention to detail during the commands.
They gotta close their eyes because they can't.
If you moved, you're out. I did not say Black Shirt Says recover.
Wow.
The hand and arm signals purpose is simply to guide the aircraft to place that aircraft over the load so that that hooker team can then hook up, move out of the way, and then the aircraft can then pick up and take the sling load set wherever it needs to go.
There you go.
You might want to get down here in a minute first.
Phase two of training is focused on sling load operations, where students learn how to prepare a heavy payload and hook it to a helicopter.
See, it was so fun for me and so exciting. A lot of this stuff is like a blur, man.
Off the ground.
Look at that,
during the
man.
operation.
That's kind of our, if you want to call it our bread and butter.
And I love this part where you're running away
behind enemy lines and resupply soldiers, whether that be beans and bullets or, you know, aircraft or artillery pieces. We take pride in that.
Students learn the rigorous
This is the part right here, man.
Preparing and inspecting 6 different loads.
Here in phase two, they'll learn how to rig whatever equipment that they're going to send, inspect that, and they'll sign off on an inspection form, which the pilots need for their sling load operation.
Now you're going to check your hood latch.
Sling load operations was challenging. That's definitely the most mentally demanding, hands-on part of it.
I'd have to agree,
So when
man.
you lift this up, you lift it up as such.
See, but when it came to this part, like I said, it's got to be attention to detail. But my confidence was so high up there when we did this part. I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and knock it out, man. And I did good. I did good. I think I inspected 4 loads, and I think on 2 of them, I caught the 4. You got to get at least 3 out of the 4 deficiencies on each load. It was either 2 or 3 of them that I got 4 deficiencies, and then one of them I got 3. So I would have gotten. That kind of would have helped me to get like Distinguished Honor Grad or something like that. Also, I failed one of the exams and I had to go back for a second try. Defiance in the chat says, I will admit those hand signals remind me of dance nowadays. Wow, I got you. This is the part I'm not seeing, dealing with the massive static discharge. Yeah, so I didn't even think about the static part. I just hooked it up and I went, you know what I mean? Kept it moving. Let's go, y'all.
Learn it rapidly and we're tested on it rapidly, but luckily the instructors here give us so much time to practice.
So we have 1 deficiency already, right?
We have a wide range up to about 24 deficiencies that we could use on a given load.
Then you ensure that your chains aren't twisted, all right, and they're wrapped one time and one time only. So what do we have right here? Efficiency, okay?
Like 2
it's
wraps?
wrapped more than once.
So then they can work through and say, oh, okay, I see how this is different, or this looks weird, this is the wrong type of whatever.
I see deficiency right here on this Humvee. I see deficiency right here on the Humvee. You see how these windows have the X taped across them? The freaking windshield does not. Unless they say that the windshield doesn't have to, because I would think maybe those look like up armored windshields, but if the windshields are up armored, I don't see why the doors wouldn't be up armored. And I would think there would need to be some X's on those windshields too. Let's keep it moving, y'all.
That way they have full confidence come test day that they'll pass the hands-on portion.
Everybody good? Any questions?
All right, good luck. Don't suck. Begin.
Students have to pass a 50-question written test with a minimum score of 70%.
Yeah.
2 minutes to identify 3 out of 4 deficiencies on the Humvee.
3 out of 4.
Remember, you only have 5 responses.
They inspect the rigging of 6
Full
different
oblivets.
payloads and have to identify 3 different deficiencies on each.
The water buffalo.
Deficiency. First response.
The students are timed during each inspection.
Stop!
If they fail to identify the deficiencies, they're classified as a no-go.
Now you're no-go on the Humvee.
You are no-go on the
Second
Humvee.
chance to get it right. If they fail twice, students have to start their training all over and repeat day 0.
At least they can start over, man.
Get dropped because there are so many finite details. But when they fail, they'll get a retest and a retrain so that they have a second chance in order to get through it again.
At least they don't drop them and just like you're done.
Then perform a sling load operation with a live aircraft. This group's objective: to attach the A-22 cargo bag to a hook.
I remember that A-22.
Bottom of a CH-47 helicopter.
That was super fun because we've learned all about all the equipment that we can sling load.
That wind pushes you.
That was rewarding to be able to actually hook up a load and watch them take off.
That wind be pushing you too,
Part of
man.
Phase 2 is spent under a helicopter. In Phase 3, students spend time on one, but not for long.
See, they get to sling load from the. We didn't get to sling load from a Chinook.
The last phase is focused on rappelling. Students first master their safety equipment.
Gotta tight that Swiss seat.
They all are taught how to tie a hip rappel seat or a Swiss rappel seat.
Swiss
They're
seat,
tested
there
on
you
it,
go.
and they have to do it in 90 seconds.
Within phase
But y'all
3
practice like
are 3
a bunch of
separate
days. Y'all
stages.
practice multiple times a day
Rappelling
sometimes.
from a 14-foot ramp, a 34-foot tower,
And then a 4 foot.
and
Oh, the
finally,
90.
60 feet down
60?
from a
We
live
did 90,
aircraft.
man.
Phone.
We go to the ramp.
Good lock, unlock, and lower yourself.
They do a falling procedure just to get them comfortable with going down. It's really more of making them know that their equipment will hold them.
That's it. You gotta trust the
That,
equipment.
Students move to the
That
34-foot
good L shape.
tower, where they practice rappelling on the open and wall sides.
There you go. You gotta get that good L shape. She's just going down the wall. Underneath.
You gotta step down to the top of the ladder. Do you understand?
Yes.
Go.
It should have showed the proper hookup, man.
Learning the basics because there's still a surface there that you're bouncing off of.
There you go. Keep going.
It's very scary. You look out and you see how far down you actually are.
But it's
I feel
not
like the
that far,
tower is
man.
actually more frightening than the helicopter.
How is that
Trusting your
possible,
equipment,
man?
Trusting your rappel master, it's kind of out of our hands at that point, and so that can be a little bit frightening.
You just gotta know that it's gonna work.
And then
That
you do
part
the
was scary. For the
open
open
rappel
side
because that'll simulate
was
what
kind of
it's like
scary
out of
for
the
me,
aircraft,
man.
Where you're just using your brake hand and nothing else to control your descent to the ground.
Yeah, the open wall was
behind
scary
it
for
is
me.
Once you're at 34 foot, you can't really tell how high you are. So then when they get 60 foot in an aircraft, they can't really tell much of a difference.
Then it's time for the final part of Phase 3, rappelling out of a live aircraft.
This is probably the funnest part. The rappelling was always the funnest part, but waiting around the Swiss seat was the suckiest
Steady
part of it.
rain didn't hinder students from boarding the CH-47. Once airborne, it hovers in place at an altitude of 60 feet
And the
And
CH-47
we had
will
90,
fit
man.
30 students in at a time. They're all hooked to a monkey tail or a daisy chain, if you will. It hooks them into the aircraft, so if the aircraft were to go down, we have a secondary safety device inside the aircraft that they're hooked to, so nobody falls out of the bird. The rappel master that's hooking them up will call them forward, make sure that that student is hooked up.
They don't have the fatal hookup.
Once that rappel master makes eye contact with that student, then they stand up and he'll push him to the edge of the aircraft, and then he'll send him.
Two soldiers
Go,
on
get
the
down,
ground,
let's go.
known as belay personnel, control the ropes from the bottom.
Just in case somebody becomes a fallen rappeller or can't control their descent, they would be able to pull the
Drop
ropes,
down to their
stop
knee.
them, and they'd be able to control their descent for them all the way down to the ground safely.
Their job is even more difficult.
Hey, you should have some gloves on, man. Why don't you have gloves?
From the rotor wash.
It's a lot of work for the belay men. They get a good workout over the 3 hours they're under the aircraft.
I was actually the first one in my group to jump. And as I was getting closer to the edge,
She was
I will
scared.
admit it
She
did
was shook.
feel a little surreal, and I did get a little nervous, but just being confident, knowing that you are going to land on the ground within the next like 20 seconds. It was really fun, super exciting.
Turn your red lens on.
We go to 12 Mile, bro. Here go to 12 Mile.
Graduation day, students face the culminating event of Air Assault School, a 12-mile ruck march that each student must complete in less than 3 hours while wearing about 40 pounds of combat gear.
3, 2, 1.
The 12-mile ruck is more of a mental game, I would say. Just being able to push yourself through all 12 miles.
It was kind of tough a little bit, man.
Let's go, Air Assault!
Got sun!
It's hard, but it's nice to have your other teammates around you kind of encouraging you as you're doing it.
It was mental. It was all mental, man. It was tough.
Great job. Sometimes that's all it takes. One guy or gal to really put themselves out there and let them know that you care.
Great work, man. Good job.
You genuinely do care and that you're proud of them, right? And that really sparks that motivation to get that soldier to go that last mile, that last 6 feet in some cases.
Definitely, man.
Another 10 more, let's go!
Another 10. We can make that happen.
No, I'm playing up.
Wow. Yeah.
Everybody wants
Exactly.
to be gangster, so it's time to do gangster shit, right?
Yeah, 12 Mile said he could do 10 more. Like, we can make it happen. No, I'm good. I'm good.
After the ruck march, students
And see
have to
this? See,
ask
look, they only have their assault pack. Where's the rucksack? Where's the rucksack? The 40-pound ruck. That's what I'm talking about.
one final inspection of their rucksacks.
ACH your chin strap, jacket, extreme sweat weather, and patrol cap.
Just one more opportunity to get dropped before graduation.
Earplugs, highlighter.
Upon inspection,
What's he
this
missing?
student told an instructor he didn't have his earplugs.
I'm gonna walk back here, and go back around, and then you need to look in your gear and you need to find them by the time I get back. You know what I'm talking about?
You better find him, man.
Otherwise, you're gonna be a drop.
Once the instructor returned, the student had managed to
He found them. He found them.
No students were dropped during the final
He
inspection.
found them.
Congratulations, your air assault qualified.
Maybe his battle buddy helped him find them.
Of the 231 students that started with this class on day 0, 191 finished the course.
They got friends and family there.
Gather to see the newest class of air assault qualified
We
soldiers
that's right. We had one
on
too.
the final
We had one
day
too.
of training.
I was
We now
freaking
have
exhausted,
the crucial
man.
skills to maximize the effective use of helicopter assets in both training and combat missions. Wear your air assault wings with pride. Your peers, without them, will be envious of
They
your
give everybody
accomplishments.
blood wings, man.
It's almost a transformation of sorts, right? You have a soldier that's timid at times and not sure if they really want to be here. You fast forward 10 days and you have a soldier that's chest is a little bit further out, stand a little bit taller, and they're absolutely proud to earn that air assault badge.
It's crazy, man. Look how low. Look how low they sing it.
Meanwhile,
The
a new
next
class
batch.
of students is just beginning day 1 of air assault training. to find out if they have what it takes to survive the Army's 10 toughest days.
The Army was rolling along. Parade, rest.
All right, there we go. Anyway, y'all, so yeah, that was the Army's air assault training. I think they did a good job of getting all this stuff on there, man. And it brings back so many freaking memories. I've always told people if I had a second chance to do it again, I'd freaking do it again for a second chance, man. It's been 11 years, almost 11 years since I've done air assault training, bro. Since I've been to air assault school. Because we actually applied some of this stuff at our units and did some cool stuff too. But anyway, that's it for today, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of this stream here. I want to thank y'all so much for coming through and rocking with your boy. If it's your first time to the page, comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you stay updated every time I upload a video. Don't forget to go to the very bottom of this description. The link in this description is my Discord, where you can put in hashtag SFAMReact and put the link to the video that you would like to request me to react to. I'll get to it as soon as possible, man. If you're watching this right now live, Defiantons, I see you up in here. Thank you for coming through. This was a live stream for Super Fam 2. But anyway, thank y'all so much. SFAM stand up. SFAM salute. Stay focused, motivated. Get motivated up in this jank one time. Deuces. Love y'all to death. I gotta go, man. I'll holla at y'all soon. We out of here.